Here we are in beautiful Dedham, Massachusetts on a late August afternoon, 2014. And this is the Powder House, built in 1768. And it is on Ames Street, up on a ledge, not too far from the center of town, and not too far from the banks of the Charles River. Although it would be hard to find, it's very much obscure. You'd have to make a special effort to find it, which I did, and I live right next door. But anyway, this is where the militia would store the gunpowder. In those days, black powder or whatever, up until the late 1800s. And every town, as I mentioned earlier, or county, they both had militias. And the militia was a very important aspect, and we believe it's still a very important aspect, and that the constitutional state militias should be restored. In 1903, the Dick Act was passed, and there was a few other pieces of legislation that passed beyond that redefined, quite in my opinion, and the opinion of many others, unconstitutionally. And what they created something called the unorganized militia, which is really an oxymoron. To be a militia, you have to be organized. Anyway, you'll find these powder houses in some of these small towns. Milton, Massachusetts, just 7 or 8 miles away from here. And Somerville, Massachusetts, just north of Boston. In fact, they had something called the powder alarm, where the British dispatched soldiers to seize the powder in Somerville. That was prior to the Battle of Concord and Lexington. And for more information on the subject of restoring the state militia, the constitutional state militias, I'd recommend Edwin Vieira, his writings. He writes news reviews. He's authored several important books. And a simpler version of Edwin Vieira would be Daniel Vincent McGonigle's Execute the Laws to Restore the Republic. It's a collection of essays with commentary by Daniel, and that book is available on Amazon. But at this time we'll take a little closer look. Even though the town doesn't seem to encourage people to visit this place and give a history, they do at least keep the roof in shape. And here we'll go to the front of it here and see not too much space in here, not very much room, but enough to get the job done. There we go. And again, to learn more about the need to restore the state militias, Edwin Vieira and Daniel McGonigle's important book, Execute the Laws to Restore the Republic.